Number 3 said Nick saw tricks. I will build my house with bricks. He had no chance to sing and dance, 'cause work and play don't mix. Little things just live and laugh, ha, ha. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? The big bad wolf, the big bad wolf. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? La 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 la. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? The big bad wolf, the big bad wolf. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? La 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 la.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to another puppet making workshop. My name is Jenny and I'm with Wonderspark Puppets, and today we are making these. Let me detangle it a little bit. Robot wind chimes. Yay! Hear that? Awesome. So for this, you'll need a couple different things. You'll need 1 cup, plastic or paper. I will say paper works a little bit better for this. Some scissors, some glue, some tape, 1 pipe cleaner, a hole punch, some string, you can use twine too, aluminum foil, some construction paper for the head of our guy, as well as, things for the chime, like beads, buttons. I have some broken jewelry in here that I'm going to be using, some washers as well as, markers and totally optional googly eyes. So let's get started, okay? So I'm going to be using a plastic cup. That's all I had in my stash of things. And to get this all prepped, you will need to poke a hole right on the bottom in the center. And I did this with an X-Acto knife. I know not everyone has an X-Acto knife or, things like that. You can use some brute force as well. And that's why I say the paper cup might be a little bit better. So I poked a hole in it. The next thing we're gonna do, I'm just gonna move this robot to the side, is use my hole punch. And I'm gonna punch some holes right around here. So I turn my cup upside down, and now I'm gonna punch some holes around here. You can punch as many as you want. I'm gonna do just 4 around. Okay, so 1. You really got it. Ready? 2, almost. There. Ha-ha! Maybe I'll just do 3. And 3. Oh, okay. Almost there. It's also a little warm in here right now. So, and here we go. Okay. Almost there. We're gonna move on. All right. Like I said, the plastic cup is a little bit harder. It's also just very warm in here right now. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is cover our cup in some aluminum foil. So I'm gonna just do that now. I'm gonna cut off a piece with my scissors, maybe about this much or so. So there's that. We have our aluminum foil, and we're going to now cover our cup. And yes, we're covering over the holes we just made, and that's okay. And now I'm just tucking it up, just like so. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Now I'm gonna find those holes again that we just made. Just by peeking in here for a second. Great. There's one around here. And the reason I'm covering it up again is because it is a little hard to go through the aluminum with the hole punch and the plastic cup. So I just found my hole. I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna trim this a little bit too. I think I have a little too much here. Excellent. So one, and then I have my other one here. And let me find, oh, there it is. Here as well. Great. So right around here. Let's see if I can get in that. Ta-da! Excellent. Okay, so we have some holes in the bottom of our cup. We just covered our cup as well. I'm leaving this like this for now. And then you notice this is not all the way covered here. Well, it's covered, but it's not secure. So we're going to use some of our white glue like so. We have some dry glue on top. Okay, back in action. So we're just gonna glue that in place. I like to count to 10. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I may need a little bit more time to dry. Okay, so we have one hole here. Let me find my other hole. So here, great, okay. So now we're gonna do some stringing of things. And I'm not doing as many as I did on this guy over here, but you can do as many as you want. The middle string, we're gonna do maybe about this length. And I'm just gonna cut a piece. And now I'm going to just feed that string through that top hole that we created. And I'm gonna put it out here. Excellent. And now I'm going to tie a knot. I want enough string to be on the bottom, so I'm tying it a little bit higher up. This knot will just keep it in place from not, coming through. So I'm doing a couple of knots here. Okay, let's see if that works. And great. Ta-da! Right, so we have that. I'm gonna work on this other hole here that we have. So I'm gonna take another piece of string, cut that. And now I'm gonna feed that through. And instead of tying a knot, I'm gonna feed it through like so. And I'm just going to, instead of making a knot, I'm just gonna tie it together like this. just so it's a little bit more secure. Excellent. So we have this string, this string. Let's do another one. Okay. Just make sure I get it all the way through. Aha! There we go. And now we're gonna cut another piece of string. Do the same thing that we just did. So I'm feeding it through like so, and now I'm just gonna tie it. Tie it a couple times. 1, 2, 3. Excellent. Ta-da! All right, I'm gonna stick with this amount of strings for this. The more that you do, you're gonna have a lot of amazing sound with this. So up to you. Okay, so now that I have this top string tied up, I'm just going to push down the aluminum on top, like so. And now we can focus on stringing some beads and things for our chime. Great. So now I'm gonna look in my little glass cup of things. I have these that I found that would make a really great sound, so we're gonna use those. I have some beads as well. I'll be stringing those on. You can also use shells. I have some broken jewelry here. We're gonna use some of that. And some buttons, of course. So my middle string's a little too long, so I'm just gonna cut that. And your strings don't have to be the same length on the bottom here. It's okay if they're a little bit different, but not too much, because you want them to be able to hit each other and make that sound. Okay, so let's do some beading. So the regular beads, I'm just gonna feed through, you know, like we're making a necklace or something. Do a couple on each. Two, 3. This is a fancy robot. Okay, almost there. Great, and now I'm going to put on maybe some buttons and feed those through. And I'm just trimming my twine here, just because it was fraying a little bit, and it'll be a little bit harder to feed through the button. So let me try that again. So I got one button through. Maybe I'll do this piece of jewelry here. And for this one, I'm just going to tie it on. So I'm just making a loop now and tying it on. Excellent. And then I'm going to be using these on my other strings and maybe some washers. I have these tiny washers. I'm just going to feed this through and tie it off. Same thing for over here. Just tying it off. And over here as well. Let's see. Oh, I have this piece of jewelry that broke off. That should be fun. I'm gonna do that. So I'm just gonna tie this one on as well. So again, feeding through, making a loop, tie. Same thing for over here. And I'm just snipping off the ends. All right, let's see. Great. You can already hear the sound they're making. All right, so our robot has the sound now. We need to make this look like more like a robot. So let me just clean up this part. And we're gonna take our construction paper. I have some scrap yellow I'm gonna be using. And I'm just gonna cut out like a rectangle or a square, maybe more like a square. Your robot's head shape can be whatever you want it to be. And we're just gonna attach it to the front of our cup. Now I will say, if you're using the white glue, it does take some time for it to dry on top of the aluminum foil. It takes a lot longer than, like, say, putting two pieces of paper together. You can also just use some tape. You just take your tape. We're gonna do a little fold like so, so we hide the tape. And we're just gonna put that right where we want our head to go. But before we put the head on, this needs some eyes. So I'm gonna use some googly eyes. Just move that to the side. You can also draw on eyes with some markers. And I'm gonna draw on a mouth. I did some eyebrows. He's kind of a concerned robot right now. And I'm gonna use a pipe cleaner to make a little antenna on top. So I'm just gonna cut off a little piece. And buttons are great for adding things on. You can put beads on too. So I'm just gonna add a little button on for part of the antenna, like so. And then I'm just gonna tape that to the back of our puppet's head. So I'm putting it right here. Use some tape, like so. Ta-da! And now we can go shoop right here. Yay! And the last thing we're gonna do for this awesome robot wind chime marionette is add some arms. So with the rest of your pipe cleaner, you can either choose to glue it down, and again, it might take a little longer just because of, you know, the aluminum foil for it to dry, or you can just tape it on to the back, like so. So I'm just putting it right in the center here, and I'm just going to now tape it down. It's a little bit more tape. And there you have it. There's our robot wind chime. Ta-da! Well, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Again, my name is Jenny, and I'm with WonderSpark Puppets. And there's so many different offerings on our website at wondersparkpuppets.com. We have puppet telegrams, puppet live chats. Maybe you want to do a Father's Day shout out with some puppets today. We can totally do that. We have membership as well that have a lot of special perks, a weekly raffle, and merch. So please do check that out. And the show that we did on Friday will be up on our Facebook page and YouTube channel for the next week. So please do check that out as well. And we will be back tomorrow with a different theme week. And we'll be back at 4 p.m. with a new puppet making craft. So I hope to see you then, and we hope to see all your musical creations. I have my stick bug here. We want to see all your one-person bands with all of these things that we've done. So please do let us know. Share the videos, share the photos with us of all our music creations this week. Have a glorious day. Bye, everyone.